and make all your plans succeed. And I truly hope, class of 2018, that we follow our aim and motto, especially this one that says, to put our dreams in our hearts in God's hands. May God bless you, class of 2018. Sorry about that. I forgot to have prayer. Let's bow our heads. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day, and we thank you for the great Sabbath that you've given us, that we had an opportunity to rejoice with our family that has joined us today, but also that you've given us the opportunity of the class of 2018 to grow together as a family, to make us into one great family in your name. I ask you that you bless everyone here, but especially bless the family of 2018. In Jesus' name, amen.
Like it says, it's tributes to parents. I have to say something really nice to my parents. And I'll say that in Korean, because it's secret. Okay. This is so weird. 우리 엄마, 아빠, 오빠. I get so emotional, sorry. 오케이. 일단 4년이 아닌 총 7년 동안 믿고 기다려주신 거 감사해요. hate myself. 오케이. 7년 동안이라는 시간이 결코 짧은 시간이 아닌데도 이제 이 시간 동안 울고 웃고 하는 일이 있었지만 절 믿어주셨다는 게 제일 큰 힘이 됐던 것 같아요. 이제 졸업했고 아직 갈 일이 많이 남았지만 더 열심히 해서 효도해드릴게요. 사랑해요. And this is for my another parents in USA, Iho and Derek. Thank you so much for taking care of me and supporting me over this past 4 years. I'm sure it was very stressful to take care of me, I know that. But you guys did it. And if you guys weren't there, I know I wouldn't even have made it till here. You guys were the best host family in my life. And it will be forever. Thank you so much again, and I love you guys.
I have to say mine in English. My parents are right there. Raise your hand. Okay. Okay. Mom and Dad, I am thankful for many things that you guys have done and stand for. Here are just a few. Thank you for being the biggest supporters of my dreams, schemes, plans, and hopes. Thank you for attending my sporting events and recitals and encouraging me to do my best and try new things. Thank you for always showing me how to be a better person by doing things for others and showing me what it's like to live for God. Thank you for always being there and listening to my stories, or even if I'm just venting. Thanks for showing me how to laugh and for being my rock. And thank you for still driving me places even after I got my driver's license. I've never been embarrassed to walk beside you or to call you my friends. I love you guys with all my heart. And thank you, Ben, for being here with me these past couple of years. I didn't know how much I needed you until God sent you here into my life. I am very proud of everything that God is shaping you into and everything that you are. I couldn't ask for a brother, or parents. I love you guys.
Okay, I say to my parents in Korea, they're not here, but they're gonna watch YouTube later. So, first thing, thanks to my mom, thanks to my parents spending money for more like 4.5 years to money in USA. It's a lot. So thanks for that. And then another thing about calling me sometimes. So I help to remember them. And then thanks to my host family, they're my American family, and they helped a lot when I came here first time, like 4.5 years ago. Their looks scared me first time, but they was really nice to us, nice to me. And thanks to my sister when I came here, supporting my paperwork. And then thanks to Mr. Schaffner for my senior project supervisor. Thank you.
So I'm going to leave my parents for last, and I will be doing it in Spanish for them. The reason I'm leaving my parents for last is because they are the most important to my life. But I want to start out saying thank you to Steve and Sheila for being my mentors here at Mount Ellis Academy. They have helped me grow a lot throughout the years. They were always available for me to take me off campus when I needed to vent or just, release some stress. Secondly, I want to thank all the staff at Mount Ellis Academy because they are our parents away from home. They are always here to help us. They're always asking if we're okay. They're always making sure we're okay, just as good parents are. I want to also thank Sam Morkentine because without his help, I would not have been able to finish my senior project, and I thank him for that. And now for my parents. Queridos mamá y papá, no sé dónde empezar. No hay palabras para llenar la gratitud que yo tengo para ustedes. Pero espero que estas pocas palabras a lo menos puedan llenar parte de él. Les quiero agradecer porque desde cuando yo fui pequeño, ustedes siempre estaban a mi lado. Especialmente usted, mami. Noches largas, sin dormir a veces, pero cuidándome, asegurándote que estuviera bien. Les agradezco porque siempre han estado a mi lado. En los días buenos, en los días malos, en mis travesuras. Y hasta veces cuando he caído hasta fondo y no sé cómo levantarme. Ustedes han estado ahí al lado mío, siempre haciéndome reír, siempre trayéndome felicidad a mi vida. Y les quiero agradecer por todo esto y también por la oportunidad que ustedes me dieron de venir a esta academia. Yo entiendo que fue una decisión dura para ustedes mandar a su primer hijo a academia, pero les agradezco por la confianza que me han dado y por la oportunidad que ustedes me han dado. Pero sobre todo, les quiero agradecer porque ustedes cruzaron fronteras para que yo estuviera aquí. Y para que ustedes estuvieran aquí celebrando conmigo este gran momento. Y también quiero tomar el pequeño momento de agradecer a mi hermano pequeño. Aunque tal vez tengamos nuestras discordias, pero siempre estamos ahí por cada uno de nosotros, siempre apoyándonos y queriéndonos. I want to say the last part in English. I've said it in Spanish already, but I want to say it in English because this is one of the most meaningful things that has happened in my life, and a special thank you for my parents. And it goes, most of all, I thank you for crossing borders so I could be here today, celebrating this great ceremony with you guys, and you guys being here with me. Thank you.
So first off, there are too many words to really describe all the things. So here's kind of the shortened version. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for helping me on those last-minute assignments. And thank you for all the support you've given me. Thank you for not getting too worried when I go on those random adventures. Thank you, Sandra, for all the random gifts you sent. Thank you, Aunt and Uncle, for all the random fun. Thank you, Rachel, Eli, and Maddie, for all the random adventures. Thank you, Grandpa and Grandma, for all the random calls here and there. Thank you, teachers, for all the support. And thank you, siblings, for also all the random fun. That is the shortened version.
I will say my parent tribute in Spanish. Queridos padres, no sé dónde comenzar. Primeramente quiero decirles gracias. Gracias por todo lo que han hecho por mí. Recuerdo mis primeros días de kinder, cuando me llevaron al colegio. Le doy gracias a Dios por eso. El esfuerzo que han hecho por mí no se compara a nada. Por mandarme a esta escuela, por apoyarme por todo lo que han hecho. De verdad les doy muchas gracias. No sé dónde estaría sin ustedes. A este punto de mi vida he reconocido que sin Dios no puedo. Él siempre estará ahí y nunca me dejará. Como mi versículo favorito, Salmos 23. El Jehová es mi pastor. No tengo miedo de conquistar al mundo. Sé que Él siempre vendrá conmigo. Papás, les agradezco por todo otra vez. Y les digo que no se preocupen, los haré orgulloso. Los murales que me han dado los tendré siempre. Queridos hermanos, gracias por todo y por apoyarme. Sé que tendremos otro verano espectacular. Gracias, padres, y gracias, hermanos. Siempre los tendré cerca de mi corazón y siempre jugaremos fútbol. Besos. And then now I have something for the staff. I want to thank Mr. and Mrs. T for all they've done with me, especially my senior project. They really helped me. I want to thank Mr. Lukens for always pushing me to write better essays, even though they're long, boring. I want to thank Mr. Ellis for always helping me in math. A lot of help. And Mr. Schaffner for helping me with my car and teaching me maintenance. I want to thank Mr. Susans for helping me with my senior project. He also helped me a lot. And I want to thank everyone else who I didn't mention, because without you, I don't know where I would be. Thank you.
this has to go a bit up. First of all, I'll thank everybody here for all the help, the big pushes you gave me, all the staff with all the things that wouldn't come without the help you guys gave me. I'm very thankful. And I'm going to speak in Portuguese because, well, yeah. Pai, mãe e a Kyla também, Lota. Eu sou muito agradecido por vocês terem me emprestado esse ano. Eu sei que eu estava longe de casa e foi difícil. Eu sei que vocês provavelmente sentiram. Eu sou um pouco frio nesse aspecto, mas eu também senti muita saudade de vocês. Foi muito legal tudo que vocês fizeram por mim e todos os sacrifícios que eu sei que vocês fizeram. Agradecer a todo mundo eu sei que tem gente, eu vi no grupo da família, estão assistindo no WhatsApp, no YouTube também. E tem mais coisa, tem muito mais coisa. Obrigado pela mamãe, que sempre cuidou de mim. E lembro do primeiro dia de escola, que eu saí correndo e eu nem quase não olhei para trás. A Kyla, porque estava sempre do meu lado. E o papai também, por tudo que você cuidou de mim e todos os conselhos, que eu não lembro da maior parte das palavras, mas eu lembro das ideias e isso que importa. Obrigado por tudo.
Were you talking to me? Now, when you were talking about parents' tribute, I was thinking about mom and dad. So staff and all those I love you guys. If you don't get a rose, I still love you guys. That doesn't mean I love you any differently. But thinking about mom and dad here. So before I start, I just want to say that when I say thanks, like the rest of us, I'm a man of very few words. You say 2 words, thank you, and you go your separate ways. But thank you is the only words to say to anyone receiving something, yes. But tonight, I'm going a little farther than that, especially when thinking about mom and dad. To start off, I want to thank them for their patience in everything I did and said in school, especially when we had serious conversations, when I thought I knew what I was doing and saying when it was pretty much the complete opposite. I want to thank them for raising me as the kid I was and for giving me my space when I needed it. And I especially want to thank them for the exponential amount of love that they showed growing up. So tonight, it's not just about me, but the parents who raised me. Mom and Dad, thank you.
Someone's phone. Okay. All right, brought my water bottle and tissues. Okay, I can do this. Okay, hold on. It's gonna happen. Okay. So, not many people have the privilege of having parents that are friends. Okay, I'm just gonna power through this. I'm sorry. Okay. Just gonna do it. All right. I really am blessed. And I wrote letters to my dad and my mom and my sister. All right, so, dear Dad, you are the one I can count on to do stuff well. If and when you actually begin a project, hold on, I can't see the words. It gets started when no one is expecting it. Gets worked on with really loud tools while I'm sleeping.
and it's finished very well, but there's a mess left over. I'm thinking specifically of the day when I woke up to go to breakfast, and there's a hole in our ceiling, and our countertops are covered with drywall. You've shown me that hard work really is important, but that making time for your family and friends is even more so. And as I go off to college, I'm going to miss a lot of things. I'm going to miss having you give me a big hug every night, saying goodbye to me every morning when you leave for work. I'm going to miss you pulling out my hair in church and asking if the strands were connected. I'm going to miss hearing your deep, bellowing laugh so often, and walking into church with you being the greeter. And I'm going to miss our hunting trips. I mean, they're still going to happen, but it's going to be harder to schedule. And I'm going to miss you for so many more reasons, but I know that as I go along my new journey, you'll be there ready to protect and help me. And I love you. I did have pictures, and I picked one out specifically for my mom because I knew that she would be worried about what she looked like. And it was under the favorite photos folder, but we didn't get that up, but you know, I thought about you. So, dear Mom, you do so much for our family and so much for me. From birth to now, you have held me in your arms, literally and figuratively. You are a safe place for me to come to and talk with. Grocery shopping is made not only bearable, but enjoyable. I'm going to miss watching the YouTube videos of the newscasters laughing uncontrollably with you. I'm going to miss pressing my ear to the kitchen sliding door to hear you talk to our cats. I'm going to miss visiting you in your Sabbath school room, playing games and getting competitive with you. And I'm going to miss sharing a blanket on the couch as Haley reads the Bible. And I'm going to miss you pestering me to get off my butt and go for a walk to look at the neighborhood flowers so you can compare your plot to theirs. And I'm going to miss being able to come home and tell you about both the trials and the joys of the day. I've never once thought of you as a failure, and you're more than enough and more than a success story, and I love you. And I figured I should write one for Haley because it's the right thing to do. She wrote one for me for her 8th grade graduation, so anyways. Dear Haley, you're the best listener this world has ever known. The problem is, the world doesn't know that you're also the best storyteller, the best teacher, the best problem solver, the best writer. You have a lot of wise words that people don't always listen to, but that I've been privileged to hear. You've given me a lot of advice over the years, and a lot of times people think that the older sibling helps the younger, but that has not been the case. You've shown me a drive that I've never seen before. A lot of people think of you as like a grizzly bear, but when they get to know you, they think you're just a big, cuddly, fluffy polar bear. And then when you've known her your whole life, then you realize she's a teddy bear. You have such a heart for others, and I've been so lucky to have you. You've been patient with me, and I would never ask for a different sister or a better sister, even if our personalities are completely opposite. I may ask for an upgrade, but maybe one that punches less and doesn't kick as hard, something like that, but I couldn't ask for someone who loves more or cares more or tries more. You're such an amazing sister, and I wish you well this next school year, and I love you. There are more people that are important in my life, that are important from my past and are important for my future. I couldn't ask for better grandparents, great-grandparents, aunts, uncles, great-aunts, great-uncles, cousins, friends. And I appreciate all the work and time that they've spent on helping mold me into the person that I am today. They've shown me many things, and I love each one who is here and who couldn't make it. They have been an inspiration to me, and I can honestly say that I wouldn't be where I am today without them in my life.
Dear Mom,
I told her I was going to do this and that she was going to start crying. She said no, she wasn't, but there she goes. I don't even know where to begin or how to begin thanking you. You have always been there for me through thick and through thin, whether it be a rough day at school or, just going through something. You were always there to comfort me and to tell me that you love me for who I am and no matter what. I remember back when I had pneumonia and I had to take some pills. Yes, I still can't take pills. I'm working on it. It's okay. Jesus loves me even if I can't take pills. And you decided that you were going to get some ice cream and hide the pills in the ice cream. I was too smart for that. I just ate the ice cream. But it's little things like that, the ways that you help to accommodate for my peculiar interests, like sound and all of my just crazy interests that I have, mountain biking, everything. You've always supported me through anything that I want to do. You have so many different ways of making me smile, laugh, and just make it through difficult times and to enjoy the good ones. And you've always been there and supported me through my many endeavors and interests. And I know that you will support me through this next endeavor of college. I mean, you were willing to drive me an hour up to Portland to go and help with sound. That's pure dedication there. I mean, just your support has just overflown through all of these years, and I know that I will always have that support. And Dad, I don't know where to start with you either. You have been truly amazing. I mean, you taught me how to ride my bike, catch, all the things that a dad's supposed to do, but you've done more than that. We've gone on so many awesome adventures. I will always remember our trip to Mount St. Helens mountain biking, how I fell off the side of the trail into blackberry bushes. I was sitting up on top of the mountain, freezing cold as you rode away to go explore more. And just Moab, the countless times we've gone there, just so many adventures. Black Rock, when you told me that when I was going downhill, I shouldn't grab my front brake, I heard don't grab any of your brakes. And so I just went flying down the hill. I've got so many memories like that and adventures that we've had together, and it's awesome. Thank you for being such an incredible dad. You've taught me so many important life lessons, from how to treat everyone with respect, to being a strong leader, and most importantly, how to have a passion for Christ. Both of you have instilled an incredible sense of service in me. I remember how each and every week you would show up 9:30 on the dot to work with, Mom, you'd work with the cradle kids. And even though you did not like singing in front of people, you were willing to go and to help the little kids. I love that, and you had so much passion in that. And Dad, you had so many crazy ideas like building a treehouse and becoming Silas McNutty. You have both given your lives to serve others, and I'm so impressed with how it doesn't even matter if you get any gratitude or thanks. You still continue to serve. And you have inspired me to give my life to serving others. Service is something that I truly love to do, and that's because of you two. And Jonathan, I really don't know where to start with you. You are my bud, and you always will be. We may not always get along, but we managed to end up liking each other in the end. I have so much fun with our wrestling matches, our laser tag fights, our Nerf fights around the house, even just walking the dog out in the field. You're so much fun to be around, and I look forward to all the crazy adventures that we will have together. I'm really going to miss your hugs and your laughter and just the joy that you bring in everything you do. Never stop being the happy boy that you are. And to all my grandparents and family that came here, and even those who aren't here, thank you for supporting me from afar. I always knew that I had people that I could talk to if my parents weren't able to. You've been so supportive in everything that I've done. And all my friends, over these past 3 years, it's been awesome. Thank you for accepting me into your class, even though I didn't come freshman year. Just thank you for helping me and for being able to have fun with me and just making these past 3 years great. Thank you.
it's my turn. What? Um, okay, I'll start with my classmates. Guys, my friends and my classmates. I don't really know where to start with you guys. This year I came in uh, fresh out of Africa, I guess. And it was really hard. I didn't really think I was gonna like fit in, but this place, like, just knows how to do his stuff. As Alberto says at the beginning of his sermon, he said something about this place brings people together and makes them a family, and I really agree with that. Like, you guys cannot imagine how much you guys mean to me. I don't want to cry because after this I'm gonna have to hand you my mind card, and I don't want to. I'm gonna try really hard not to. Okay, let's start. Dear friends and family, like the Mount Ellis family, I could have easily filled this book out just saying how great each and every one of you guys are, how awesome this past year has been, how fun all the fun times, how bad all the bad times were. But I'm gonna keep it short. I'm gonna thank each and every one of you personally. Later, not right now, later. But for the staff, I'm gonna thank Lukens. Thank you for all the times you actually called me in and helped me figure out my essay, because my English is really horrible, apparently. Mr. Rogers, I know I'm really, really loud in the dorm, and I'm really thankful for all of you guys for putting up with that. I know it's not easy having somebody scream when you're trying to sleep. Ryan, man, you're okay. You wanna call it like you're like my closest brother. Like you and Chai, like you guys did so much for me. Like it's all the times we laughed in the room. It was really nice. I'm gonna miss you guys so much next year. I don't even know like if I'm gonna make it next year to college. But I just want to say, I don't hope you guys know that you guys mean to me a lot. Mr. Schaffner, see you over there. Thank you, man. Like, what can I say? Like, you and you personally, you helped me so much during this year. I don't think I would have been on this stadium talking to all of you guys if you wasn't here this year. Like, you helped me so much with my senior project. They took me out, like, we went to, like, eat sometimes. So I was like, yes. Like, it was awesome. Like, all the rides we had on our way back from trips, like, after the tests I took, like, those were really fun. Like, we laughed a lot in the car, we cracked some jokes. So, like, you were, like, so in there, like, yes. So thank you, Mr. Schaffner. I wouldn't have done it without you. Thank you, Miss Linda. Like, this year, like, you're like somebody I could always, like, rely on to talk to, like, when times are hard. Sometimes. Yeah. Like, when times are hard, like, you were always there to, like, talk to. You and Mrs. T. Like, I remember this day, like, on the day for my driver's test, like, the second time. Me and Mrs. T were talking about my family, and I was explaining all this kind of stuff, like how things were hard, but things are easy now. But she actually sat down with me, talked to me all the way, and I was like, that really like touched me a lot. Thank you, Mrs. T. That really meant a lot to me. Thank you, Miss Farrell. Like all the times in the caf, like we like make some stupid requests about like extraordinary food, like sometimes, On Saturdays, like, we don't want to eat the food in the capsule. We're like, hey, could you give us some ice cream? And we're like, yes. So I was like, thanks for all the times you put up with me. It was really nice. Thank you. Then we have Mr. Ellis. Um, Rec time wouldn't have been so awesome without Mr. Ellis coming. Like, he always stepped in. Like, sometimes he had stuff to do, but he'll come in and play with us, like soccer and all the times. When I was still taking his math class, like, I could always go back to him and, like, talk, like, ask him about some problems. Like, he will always help me, and I'm really thankful for that. Thank you, Miss Jenkins and Mrs. Rogers. Especially Mrs. Rogers, because in music class, sometimes I'm really late, and it always ends up in a mess. Like, thank you for always putting up with me and not kicking me out of the class, I guess. I already talked to Lukens, we talked to Rogers. Well, the staff knows I love them. Now I'm going to go to my family, my dad, because I know he's looking right now, and my mom. I'm not going to speak in French, only for the last person I'm going to thank. I want to thank you guys so much. I know I guess it's not easy to raise a family of 8 people, take them from kindergarten, especially like sending them to college all over here. Like, it's really hard. I guess it's not really hard, 'cause I guess it's really hard for you guys putting up all the times, like, especially with me, like, when I bring back strange grades to, like, house, like Fs. But no, I never really brought back Fs, I brought back Bs. But I want to thank you guys so much this last year. Even though we didn't talk a lot this year, I hope you guys know that you guys mean a lot to me, like, a lot. I don't know what I would have done if you guys didn't send me, like, if you guys didn't work hard and send me over here and, like, taught me all you guys taught me. Like, my dad, you're so much of an inspiration to my life. I can't even start to write it down. Then for the last person I want to thank is my brother. For this, I'm going to speak in French because it's personal. Sylvia, merci pour tout le temps qu'on a joué ensemble, pour tout le moment qu'on a eu, tout le temps que j'ai pris ta PlayStation sans demander, pour tout le moment qu'on s'est battu, c'était vraiment amusant. Pour tout le moment que je ne peux même pas commencer à dire, mais tu sais ce que je veux faire, Chamanuel, tu sais ce que je veux faire. Merci beaucoup, tu m'as vraiment inspiré. Merci. Thank you. Bye.
I was crying before this even started. Okay. Whatever. This may take a while. Okay, so this is gonna be deep, but I'm gonna keep it short. Just want to say, first of all, thank you to Melanie and Marla, both of my sisters. I know you can't be here tonight, but I appreciate you. About a year and maybe a couple months ago, my adoptive father passed away. I wish he could be here, but he can't be. You guys became my family, and I'm so thankful. I want to give a special thankfulness to Linda and Mr. Schaffner. You guys are amazing. You have supported me endlessly, given me support to no end. I'm just extremely thankful for you guys. Mr. Lee and Ada, I don't know where you are. Could you raise your hands if you're here? You're not here. It's fine. Ada, I remember senior trip. You were so amazing. You pulled me aside and told me that no matter what, God will be with me and that it's okay. And you told me that you were scared too about what comes next in your life. And I just really appreciate you. Mr. Lee, thank you for letting me breathe in your office. And for just letting me bother you. Pastor Barry, where do I even begin? You are the closest thing to a father that I feel like I have. Aside from my heavenly Father, of course. You just, the hugs, the prayers, the allowing me to breathe, just spending time with me, letting me know that it's okay. There's so many things I could say, but there's just not enough time for that. Mrs. T, could you raise your hand? Hi, Mrs. T. You are incredible. You have let me stay at your house when things got ugly. You have accepted me at my worst. You've cried with me, for me. You've let me cry with you. And I'm making you cry tonight, and I have no regrets about it because I love you. Merle, Sheila, the Doctor family in general, you are my family. You just are. You're incredible. I appreciate you to no end. I appreciate that you allow me to call you mother and father, and that every time you introduce me as your daughter, and not just as your friend. You include me in things that I didn't expect anyone to ever include me in. You make me feel like I have a family, and that I'm not alone, no matter what. Mr. Ellis, you're incredible. You have taught me that it's okay to be emotional, and I shouldn't have shame. No shame. And right now, there's no shame. So, thank you. Thank you for the hugs and the prayers, and yeah, there's really no way I'm going to have time to express how much I'm thankful for you, so thank you. Miwei, are you here? You're here. Hi, Miwei. I love you. You're amazing. You leave inspirational quotes on my desk, as you do for everyone. But I specifically appreciate them because, I don't know, just maybe it's just because I'm a deep person, or maybe it's because you wrote them. I don't know, but I enjoy putting them on my wall, although they're packed away, but they will be on my wall when I, get settled in my next place. Thank you for allowing me to talk to you whenever I get the chance, or whenever you're on duty, really, because, I have your number, but it's better face-to-face, I think. Yeah, I appreciate you. Thank you for being there for me. Sam, working teen, you are great. Yeah, there's a lot of things I could say. We have a ton of inside jokes. To be honest, I've kind of lost track of them all. Thank you for buying me ice cream on my dad's 1 year and letting me vent with you constantly. And, yeah, there's no way I'm gonna finish tonight. Just thank you for being you and not judging me and letting me be me and not judging me. And I don't know if Lais is in the house right now. No? Okay. Um, she's just an incredible friend. I went through my junior year with her. And she always had time to pray with me, to love me, to just be there for me. She never had a single mean thing to say about me. And I just appreciate that. You don't find a lot of people who won't go around saying negative things, behind your back and always have something nice to say about you. Like, I don't know, I think, not that it's completely rare, but I feel that it is kind of rare, especially for someone to love Jesus as much as she does and to just show that completely. Let's see here. Mayada, you're beautiful. I love you. I want to thank you for praying with me and for letting... I remember the night that I came to you because I was upset. And you wouldn't let me leave the room until I let my tears fall. And I just appreciate that a lot. Because it's a really hard thing for me to cry. And sometimes I just don't feel like I can let it rip. But you and Mr. Ellis both are like, just let it rip. So I'm really thankful for that. And you know what? There's probably a ton of people that I didn't mention. And there's really not enough time. I mean, I said I was going to keep this short, and look where we are. So, but just thank you all. You're my family, and I love you.
Hold on. I'm kind of sad now, but thank you all for that. I've been chosen to be the historian for our class this year, which means that I get to stand up here and tell you about the last 4 years of our lives. But I don't really remember most of it. I do remember, though, this one story. The only reason I remember it is because I have to see Sam every day. Yeah, we did talk about this. It was a talent show, and things weren't really going as well as we hoped they would. Kendall ended up getting sick. He's our sound guy, so somebody else had to step in for him. So things weren't going as smoothly as we'd hoped. I'm not going to name any names. You know who you are. And Sam was running around like a head with his chicken cut off. Things were a little hectic, and Lindsay and I had just gotten off stage, and we went to the back, and we told everybody, don't come in, we're going to change. So we go in, and I was like, Lindsay, close the door. Make sure nobody comes in. Okay, so I turn around, and I start changing, and I don't have my pants on. And we started talking about something, and it must have been important because I'd stopped doing what I was doing, and I was just standing there talking to her. During this conversation, I look over, and Sam is standing right in the middle of the door, like this. And he's looking at me with I don't know how to explain it. It's like he tilts his head down, and he opens his eyes really big, and he's just like... It's like he's trying to interrogate someone, but I call it his constipation face. And I notice him, and I'm just like, what? each other for a good 7 seconds. And meanwhile, she's like, guys! I remember seeing Sam's eyes. They like went down, they went up. He was like, oh! I screamed. Yeah. It was his fault. So that's pretty much been the basis of our relationship. Do you want to hear another story? I was debating whether or not to talk about this. This was also sophomore year. We were over at the cafeteria. We hosted a Minute to Win It, and all the students were able to come over and eat food, and we played Minute to Win It games, and the last game was Cheeto toss. You put a bunch of shaving cream on someone's head, and you throw Cheetos in it. Lindsay was the shaving cream person. And I remember all the other students left, and we were supposed to be cleaning up, and I was upset about something. So I walked into the other room, and then all of a sudden, I hear this scream. And a bunch of noise. Kind of like if you've ever seen the movie Jumanji, the scene where the stampede is running through the house. It was like that kind of noise. And I turn around, and I see Alvin standing behind me, and he has this handful of shaving cream. And if anybody remember Alvin, he has this weird laugh where he kind of crunches up, and he giggles. He's like, I was like, Alvin, don't do it. And he lunged at me, and he slapped it right in my eyes. Right away, I had no part of this, and I already couldn't see. Alvin left, and I started stumbling around. I was trying to find a sink. And I remember coming out of the room I was in and walking through the dining room where all this chaos was happening. And it was like in a war movie when the protagonist is new, and he's young, and he's naive, and he has no idea what he's doing. And all you see are these bodies flying everywhere, and these explosions, and dirt is flying. And they're completely lost. That's how I was, except I was blind. And with shaving cream, you can't just wipe it off of your face, because it burns. Oh, man. I found a sink, and I started washing it out of my eyes, and somebody came by and slapped more on my face. And again for the third time. And I know exactly who it was. I got it all off my face, and I stepped out of the kitchen into the dining room, and the weird thing is everything was silent. It was weird. I walked a little further, and I looked around, and there's shaving cream everywhere. It was like a giant marshmallow puked and had a baby at the same time, all over everything. By this time, I started getting a little bit concerned for myself, also for Lindsay. So I knew she was probably the root end of it. So I was like, Lindsay, where are you? And I walked a little further, and she's fine. She's standing in the girls' bathroom doorway like this. And there's still shaving cream everywhere. I was like, what are you doing? And I was like, oh, I know what's going on. I walked a little further, and all of the guys are standing in the guys' bathroom like this. It's like, guys, this isn't town. Why don't you just... Okay. So I reached down, I grabbed a can of shaving cream, I ran into the guy's bathroom. Bad decision. As soon as I got in there, I realized my can of shaving cream was empty. And so right away, Alberto got me in a headlock. And there's like hands flying and shaving cream everywhere, and I'm trying to get Alberto's headlock. And Lindsay's gone. I can't find Lindsay anywhere. It was funny. I was so ready to help save her with whatever trouble she was going through, and she left me. It was fine. Yeah. Luckily, I was able to get out of Alberto's headlock. The shaving cream was slippery. So that was the only thing that saved my life. Thank you, Lindsay. Yeah, cleanup was not fun, but I think that's one thing that really defined our class. It's just we love to play. Yeah, and they never found out. It really saddens me, though, that Kaleo and Junior were not there to experience any of this. So I'm going to start with them. Kaleo. Okay, when I first met Kaleo, well, kind of got to know him more. We were driving on the bus to senior trip, and I was talking to him. And I was like, wow, this is a really cool guy. I was picking on Rochelle, and he kept laughing. I was like, I enjoy this guy. This is great. And then a couple months later, I was talking to him, and if I recall correctly, he said that when he was little, after he first started to learn to read, he was really into philosophy books. He read a lot of philosophy books when he was little. And I feel like an idiot. When I was little, I was probably still shoving things up my nose. No, I really enjoy talking to Clay. He's fantastic. Junior. Junior is so much fun. He laughs. No, I do not. What is it? Junior's full name?
Robert, Papaya, Dembele, Tyrone, Coop, Junior, Tank Man.
Junior's a lot of fun, and he loves to laugh, and his laugh is completely contagious. And he's so loud. I wake up in the morning at like 6:30, and all I can hear is Junior laughing 3 floors down. Another thing about Junior, he's very opinionated about the most randomest things. For example, who all thinks that the toilet paper goes over? Raise your hand. Toilet paper goes over. Yeah, notice how Junior did not raise his hand. And if you talk to him later, I'm sure he'll give you tons of reasons why. Who's next? Let's go with Micah. Micah sleeps like no other person. He's a tank. Nothing can wake him up. He could be struck by lightning and he would not wake up. Well, yeah, not because he's dead, but and Kendall. He's a really well-rounded guy. He's talented. He can draw, sword fight. He's super smart. I'm really impressed with Kendall. Alberto. Actually, I have another story about Alberto. Before Costa Rica trip, we were doing a peach sale. So we were selling peaches at a gas station in town. And Rochelle and I had come a little bit late, and we're driving with Mr. Ellis. And I remember driving past the gas station, and we stopped at a stop sign. And I see Alberto sitting out there, holding up a sign by himself. So I roll down the window, and I stick my hand out, and I do kind of that little perverted wave, you know, flirtatious wave. He just kind of sits there. He's just kind of like, and I take out my phone. Start taking pictures of him. He just kind of turns away like nothing. A little bit later, we park, and I walk up to Alberto. I'm like, hey, Alberto. He's like, Hannah, you will never guess what just happened to me. happened to you? And he's like, some girl just pulled up out there and she started waving at me. I was like, really? And he's like, yeah, and then she started taking pictures. I asked him if he could see the girl, any facial features. He's like, no, but I'm pretty sure she had blue eyes. My eyes are brown. Alex, if any of you have seen the movie The Lone Ranger with Johnny Depp, Alex reminds me of Tonto. So he's blunt and he says things at the right time. It's hilarious. Cindy could be a drill sergeant. Because whenever the guys are doing something stupid, she yells at them and they stop. Chai. What you do now? We'll be in class. And, Mr. Schwartz, he's teaching. We're doing our thing. Everybody's supposed to be paying attention to Mr. Schwartz, right? We look over, and Chai's gone. He's been gone for like 20 minutes. Nobody knows where he is. And I'll just kind of stroll back in. Hi, Mr. Schwartz! Lindsay. I forgot what I was going to say for you. Oh, man. This is embarrassing. Yeah, at talent show, we had a really bad experience. Because the sound wasn't going very well, our act was completely off. I'm not going to say. I love you, Linda. Lindsay is very genuine. And whenever you don't know something, you ask Lindsay. She knows everything. She doesn't brag, sometimes. No, Lindsay's a really good friend. She's a solid person. We all know Sam's a pervert. I also got a comment on your hair. Sam's hair, when it gets longer, it's like frizzy and poofy, and it's an afro. It's a blonde afro. I can't handle it. Sam loves to distract Mr. Lukens before class, which is great because that means I don't have to do as much homework anymore. And Lukens takes it like a trooper. Rochelle, she has the kindest heart. Life has a way of throwing the most awful of situations at her, and she always comes through, and throughout the whole thing, she's only thinking of other people. She never thinks of herself. Yeah. I really love you guys, and I'm glad we've gotten to have a year together. It's been really special. I have a video, if you could play it, please.
traditionally, our college and our union comes and presents scholarships tomorrow at graduation, but there are several other awards and scholarships that get sent to us, so we want to present those now.
All right, this is scholarships from Union College. So I'm going to just read the names. You can come on up. Congratulations, Rochelle Hold for $24,000 scholarship. Alberto for $24,000. Lindsay, $28,000. And Junior, $24,000 from Union College.
All right, these are for Andrews University, Lindsay Schumacher for $48,000, Samuel Schaffner for $56,000, and Isaiah Munoz for $32,000. This is from Southern Adventist University. It's the Southern Assist Scholarship for Rochelle Hold for $1,000.
All right, and this next one, it's the Caring Heart Award. It's given once every year to one of our either juniors or seniors, and it's for Christian service given in recognition for demonstrated leadership and personal commitment to witnessing and service activities by the North Pacific Union Seventh-day Adventists. And this year's Caring Heart goes to Samuel Schaffner.
For the tributes to students. Oh, class gift, sorry.
If you could put the picture up. So for our class gift, we decided to put a sign at the road. And this is kind of the idea of it. It would have a rock base and then metal art of mountains with the Mount Ellis logo. The entire thing would be about 8 feet long, 4 feet tall for the rock, and 2 feet wide. And for the mountain art, we haven't gotten that part yet.
And yeah, our class just felt like this is something that's really important for the school. Oftentimes, there will be community members who I hear talking in town or something that, like when I'm getting a haircut, they'll ask, where do you go to school? And I'm like, Mount Ellis Academy. Well, where's that? I'm like, oh, outside of town. Oh, is that what that place is? And so we just felt like it would be nice for the school to have a sign by the road so that people driving by, they can look at it, they know that we're an academy here. And there's also plans, we won't be donating it, but hopefully in the future they will be able to put an LED sign on it so that the school can put events like graduation, junior benefit, spring concerts, basketball games on that so that the people in our community can know what's going on at our school here.
Micah James, La'akea Maikalani. How do you put into words of how special your kids are to you? I just want you to know that you are a gift from God. And as that gift, we are responsible to be a good parent, a godly parent. And as you grow, and you have, I just pray that you learn to become the person that God wants you to be. Through good times and bad, just keep your eyes focused on Him. I love you, son.
Well, son, you made it. 4 years has gone by here since you graduated from 8th grade even. This is amazing how fast it's gone by. I got to thinking about this and what I was going to say, brainstorming, and I still don't know what I'm going to say, but you know Dad. Dad's an emotional guy. I got to thinking about your name, Micah James. I knew when I was 19 and 20, long before I even met Mom, that your name was going to be Micah James. Of course, I didn't have your middle name. So when Mom and I knew we were having you, I called home and got your middle name from Auntie Melia. La'akea mai kalani, the sacred light from heaven. I got to thinking about your name and Daddy's name, because Daddy's name, Aaron, means the light bringer. And I thought that was interesting. Coincidence? I don't know. Maybe when we get to heaven, we'll find out why we have our names, how we got our names. But what Daddy has seen since we moved here is you living up to your middle name. The sacred light from heaven. Daddy has seen you pursue that light, the light of the world. And I can't tell you how proud and how happy I am to see you continue to pursue that light. But not only that, son, you have shown that light in your environment as an example. And I think that's one thing that stands out that Daddy has seen about you. The sacred light from heaven. You have exuberated that in the home. You've been an example, more than you know, to this family, to Mom and Dad, to Micah, or to Anissa and Ethan, maybe even to your classmates and people around you. And you'll never know, maybe until you get older, what that really means. I know I've had people walk up to me and shake my hand and say they've been happy to know you as their friend, and how you've helped them through situations in their lives that seemed awkward to them. The sacred light from heaven. My prayer, son, is that you continue to pursue the light of the world. And in pursuing that light, more light is given to you to share to others around you. And that God would use you as a light. Wherever you go, whatever you do, that people would see that the God of heaven and earth is alive and well in you, because you seek Him. That's my prayer, son. Always remember and never forget that you are loved. For God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son. And I almost feel like this is what's going on here, son. It's like a rite of passing. Congratulations. And knock 'em dead, son. We love you.
사랑하는 딸 유담, 엄마에겐 항상 아기 같았는데 벌써 하이스쿨 졸업이라니 어릴 적 모습을 잠시라도 기억해보고 싶구나. 엄마 아빠 품을 떠나 보낸 지 벌써 7년째야. 엄마는 너의 이쁜 모습을 지켜보지 못한 것이 진정으로 가슴이 아프지만 유담이가 자신을 잘 지키고 열심히 살아가는 모습에 엄마 아빠는 항상 대견해하고 바르게 자라준 것에 정말로 감사하고 고맙단다. 사랑하는 딸 유담아, 고등학교 졸업을 진심으로 축하하고 너의 앞날에 항상 기쁨이 그리고 행운이 같이 하길 항상 기도할게. 딸 사랑한다. 엄마 아빠가 딸의 졸업을 기념하며 글을 남긴다.
Samuel, you entered this world quietly. We didn't hear your voice or get to hold you for 3 very long days. At times, we weren't sure you would make it, but God had you in His hands from that very first moment. You have certainly made up for lost time, whether playing with our pets on the farm, digging a swimming pool in the mud, learning all there is about audiovisual, flying or bike riding adventures with your dad, or teaching your little brother the important things in life. You have embraced it all with enthusiasm and a heart for God that shines forth with your desire to live fully for Him. We have been so privileged to be your parents and to watch you grow into the young man you are today. You are the kind of person who wants to leave things better than when you came. You have filled our lives with adventure and music, and our home will be oddly quiet as you head off to Walla Walla next year. Keep Jesus at the center of your life. Never be afraid to offer a helping hand or a kind word to those in need. Keep your heart open to God's leading. He has great plans for you. We love you, Samuel.
Dear Lindsay, the days are long, but the years are short. They have flown by as if they were only days, and so here you are, graduating already. We remember coming home with you that first night, fearful that we wouldn't know what to do if you cried and we couldn't get you to stop. We remember how you got to come to college with us and how you brightened our professors' day when they held you while we took our tests. We remember your first asthma attack and how you scared your pediatrician so bad that you got to go straight into the pediatric intensive care unit upon arrival. And how after a few nights' stay, your sheer will and determination helped you fight off the 5 nurses who tried to place a PICC line in your little body, even after giving you Valium-type medicine to calm you down. Finally, giving up, they discharged you the next day. We also remember how you tenderly helped Mom out with our precious baby Haley when I deployed to Iraq for what seemed like forever to us all. We remember your school days, the teeth you lost throughout the years, the Christmas programs, the first time you got glasses and lost them somewhere out in the Montana forest, your first hunt, fishing, spending time in the woods, hiking, skiing, and all the adventures on chairlifts and T-bars that we've had. Although graduating can seem like the end of your journey, it is actually the beginning. God has given you many talents and a beautiful character to help you along on this new phase of your life. You are a determined, intelligent, goal-driven person, yet you are giving of yourself, sweet, gracious, witty, and have a heart of gold for others. We can see Jesus shining out of you. If you trust in Him with all of your heart and lean not on your own understanding, and in all your ways remember the Lord, in everything you do, He will give you success. Lastly, know that we are proud of you. We'll be there for you whenever you need us, and you are always loved. Never forget that you are loved for the little girl you were, for the special woman you have become, and the precious daughter you will always be. We love you.
¿Cómo olvidar el momento en que supimos que seríamos padres una vez más? Tú llegaste a nuestras vidas como bendición. Es un poco difícil de creer que hace unos 13 años te alistabas para ir a la escuela por primera vez. ¿Cómo olvidar tu gran obsesión por la limpieza a tu corta edad en ese entonces? Te rehusabas a ir a menos que tus uñas, cabello, uniforme o zapato no estuvieran limpios y en orden. Con el paso del tiempo ha sido increíble verte crecer. Como padre ha sido muy divertido y un privilegio jugar fútbol contigo, Messi. Jugar contigo y tus hermanos me ha traído mucha alegría. Cada momento bueno y malo que hemos pasado juntos han dejado huella y marca. Y son estos momentos que nos ayudan a crecer como familia. Hijo, los años han pasado y siguen pasando, pero una cosa queremos decir. El amor que tenemos por ti siempre estará aquí. Estamos muy orgullosos de todo lo que has hecho hasta el momento. Tus logros son de gran bendición y de alegría para tu mamá y yo. Nunca olvides a tu Creador y todo lo que ha hecho y hará por ti. Aférrate a Él. Sigue adelante, no pares. Lucha por tus metas. Siempre tendrás nuestro apoyo. Recuerda, confiamos y estamos completamente seguros que eres capaz de cualquier cosa que te propongas. Como papá y mamá, queremos desearte éxito y oramos para que al comenzar una nueva etapa de tu vida puedas alcanzar tus metas de la mano de Dios. Con amor y orgullo hoy y siempre, papi y mami.
사랑하는 아들, 서울생활 적응한다고 욕봤다. 그러고 너무나 잘했어. 우리 전현준이 아주 훌륭해요. 고등학교 졸업식이니까 혼자서라도 씩씩하게 잘하고 또 샌프란시스코로 가면 또 대학생활이 시작이고 또 새로운 출발점이 될 거야. 그게 가서도 지금까지 한 것처럼 열심히 잘하고 와. 알았지? 그러고 또 우리 홈스데이 한 아저씨한테도 인사 잘하고 선생님들한테 인사 잘하고 앞으로 나아가서 네가 이 세상을 위해서 뭘 해야 될지도 생각해보고 또 네가 제일 재밌다고 생각하는 게 뭔지 잘 찾고 언제는 어른이니까 네 책임하에 모든 걸 다 해야 될 거야. 어쨌든 간에 아메리카의 꿈을 위하여 열심히 최선을 다하도록 하시오. 우리 아들 사랑해요. 전현준.
Alex, 4.5 years ago, you arrived at our house seeming very out of place and nervous. We learned quickly that you were very quiet and reserved. And with the language barrier, we didn't think you'd ever come out of your room. In the beginning, you had one of 3 answers to any of our questions. The answers were yes, or I don't know. The only thing we learned very quickly was you did not like broccoli at all. Other vegetables, well, they were okay in very small quantities, and I do mean small quantities. 3 kernels of corn, 4 peas, 2 green beans, etc. But as time has gone by, you have gotten used to us, and we have gotten used to you. In fact, like it or not, you are and will always be part of our family. Now, I'd like to talk about a few of the other things we have learned about you. Alex, you have a very unhealthy attachment, no love, of your flip-flops. I have never met anyone who lives in Montana and thinks flip-flops are an everyday shoe. I don't know how many times I had to remind you that there's a foot or more of snow on the ground, and flip-flops are not designed for snow. Over the past 4 years, we have also noticed your dedication to tasks and chores that we have asked you to do. The amount of time that you put into your guitar, the dedication we have seen in you, will carry you and anywhere you wish to go. It is our deep wish and deeper prayer that your time here with us and Mount Ellis has laid a foundation for whatever you decide to do in the future. In my mind's eye, I see you, Alex, standing at the head of your company in a tailored 3-piece suit, wearing the most expensive flip-flops money can buy. Lots of love and prayers. Your American mom and dad.
Dear Kendall, we have watched you grow from a chubby baby to an exploring toddler to a curious young boy wanting to know how everything worked, and now to a young man who has grown in so many ways. You have not only grown physically and academically, you have grown in the confidence to share the talents God has given you. The years have flown by, and now you are graduating. 18 years ago, God blessed us with you. He knew we needed another baby boy to make our family complete. You are such a happy baby, always smiling and quietly taking in the world around you.
As soon as you could walk, you'd love to explore and climb as high as you could go. You climbed anything, bookcases, door frames, rocks, and trees. This not only resulted in many bumps and bruises, but also in many emergency room visits when you were younger. We all praised God when He saved you from the snow thrower when you were 8. The only thing that got destroyed were your snow pants. We know God must have a special plan for your life because this was truly a miracle to us.
You have always been creative, loving to design, build, and create from when you were little. School projects could never be simple, from building a trebuchet to wiring your trifold poster to light up, to building and designing an electric cello for your senior project. You always went above and beyond with creativity. Growing up, Legos was something else you loved to design and build with.
You started drawing when you were 3 and continued that love for drawing through the years, getting more sophisticated from that first airplane you drew for me. Majoring in industrial design will give you a way to use your talents and passion for art and design.
We were happy when you decided to follow Jesus and were baptized at Clark's Bay near Helena. We pray that as you graduate and move on to college, that you will continue to serve God and keep Him first in your life. We are so very proud of the wonderful young man you are.
Our prayer for you is for God's continued leading in your life. We know you can accomplish great things with Him at your side. As you move on to this next exciting chapter, climbing to new heights in your life, Micah 6:8 gives some good words of advice to follow. To do justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with your God. Follow these words, and you will have a successful life. Congratulations, Kendall.
We are proud of you. We love you. Love Mom and Dad.
Rochelle, what a journey you have had. It started in the back seat of Mom and Dad's car. There have been some rocky roads, some horseback rides, pickup truck rides, and being met at the Los Angeles airport by a biker for a motorcycle ride to San Diego. We are so proud of the young woman you have become. You have worked hard to walk down the aisle today and walk out with a diploma in hand. By the way, I still kind of like you. Your sister, Melanie.
Hijo mío, cuando tú naciste, nació en nuestros corazones una ilusión inmensa por vivir esa etapa maravillosa de ser padres. Trajiste a nuestras vidas alegría y un deseo inmenso por vivir, y desafiando cada reto y cada obstáculo que se presentaba en nuestras vidas. Fuiste lo mejor que nos pasó en la vida. Sé que recordarás los momentos buenos y malos que hemos vivido. Has sido parte de ellos. Te agradecemos porque has traído honra a la familia. En esta etapa de tu vida, en la que has tenido que vivir solo, sé que te has portado como todo un varón. Sé que tienes presente que el que no se lleva de un consejo nunca llega a viejo. Querido hijo, lo que te escribimos lo entenderás a través del tiempo. Nadie hará de tu camino por ti. Solo irás tú labrando y sembrando en lo que a futuro recogerás. Imítanos en lo bueno y evita nuestros errores. No dependas emocionalmente de nadie. Define tus metas. Y por sobre todas las cosas, no hay tinta ni papel que sean suficientes para describir el gozo que hoy estamos viviendo. Te amamos con todos nuestros corazones y nuestras oraciones son siempre de gratitud a Dios. Que Dios te bendiga y te guarde. Que esta etapa de tu vida haya sido de aprendizaje y madurez y toma las decisiones correctas. Con amor, de tus padres Mario y Rosa.
Kalel, olhando para trás e pensando em você desde que você nasceu até agora, me fez refletir em algumas coisas. Nem vou citar todas aqui, pois eu pareceria muito velha dizendo tantas coisas, ou o papai também, muito velho. Mas tem uma coisa que nós concordamos, essas lembranças nos fazem perceber uma coisa. Na verdade, é uma característica muito, muito forte na sua personalidade e que te acompanha desde que você é bebê. Você é um explorador, passando por descobrir como descer do berço sem nenhum móvel por perto para te dar apoio, dissecar passarinhos encontrados mortos, legos, poças de água, instrumentos musicais. Sua curiosidade foi abrindo portas para a sua vida. Sem medo de conhecer outros sabores, lugares, sons, sentimentos, sensações, culturas e pessoas, você sempre esteve disposto a desvendar novos mistérios e encarar novos desafios. Abrindo mão de toda a segurança e certeza, você sempre gostou de experimentar, explorar. Essa característica te fez alcançar muitas coisas. E acredito que a maior dessas foi passar da sua turma original do ensino médio, deixando um lugar e amigos que você amava, para viver uma experiência em um lugar que você pouco sabia dele. Mas afinal de contas, as mudanças nunca te assustaram, não é? Você sempre as enfrentou com coragem e confiança. Hoje vemos onde essa coragem te levou. Pode parecer pouca coisa para olhar, para quem olha de fora. Só que é muita. Não é só um aluno de intercâmbio, mas sabemos que tudo isso envolveu várias coisas e significou muito. Nosso desejo para você é que continue explorando, encontrando novos desafios novas pessoas para conhecer, novos lugares, novos sabores. Nossa oração é para que você explore a pessoa de Jesus, aquele que te permitiu estar onde está. Que suas escolhas te levem sempre para perto dele. Que a cada dia você conheça mais e se torne mais amigo de Jesus e faça outros também amigos dele. O céu tem muito para ser explorado e você precisa estar lá. Aproveite esse momento, curta cada segundo. Estamos felizes por suas conquistas e ansiosos para te receber de volta. Amamos você, papai, mamãe e Lota. Beijo.
And I'm feeling good.
Because without you, none of us will be here. We ask for your blessing for this evening, and we also ask you to bless us tomorrow as we graduate. In Jesus' name, amen. I wanted to invite you all. We are having a reception in the cafeteria. We would love for all of you to join us there following this. Thank you.